91.3 WVKR Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. Wow. Hope you guys like that as much as I did. Carl Gutowski, please tell us what we just heard.
Yeah, Stephen Banks is a saxophonist. He's kind of exploded on the scene a few years ago when he won the Young Concert Artist Award in New York. And that piece was by Mozart. It's an oboe quartet. So there was no saxophone back in Mozart's time. So he took that piece and, arranged it for saxophone. And so he's coming with the Verona String Quartet, which in their own right are a phenomenal ensemble.
Absolutely.
And so they're going to be doing a lot of works combining the saxophone with strings and some solo things. And Stephen Banks is also a composer, so he'll be playing some of the pieces that he wrote.
I love that.
Yeah.
And we should tell folks that, by the way, we're talking with Carl Gutowski, who is the concert manager for Howland Chamber Music Circle, which has its season beginning September 14th, and they have been in existence since
33 years, I think. So
okay.
You do the math.
Yeah, 1992 or something. Yeah.
Right.
And your concerts are held at such an incredible venue, the Howland Cultural Center on Main Street in Beacon, and that goes back really far.
Yeah, 1870s, I think. And the architect went on to do phenomenal things, all the mansions in Newport and things like that. So at that time, he was a young man, and they asked him to do this little library, and so sure, he did it, and it's phenomenal.
Little library, and the acoustics in it are beautiful. Yeah. It reminds me a very little bit of the Morgan Library in New York, if you've been there.
Yeah.
You know how it just
big
goes
vaulted
up.
ceilings.
The vaulted ceilings, the books like that. I love the fact that there's an upper level at the Howland Cultural Center also, so that every concert you see has a perfect seat.
Yes, exactly.
How many seats do you have there?
It's about 125. Sometimes I'll push it to 130 if I can squeeze in a couple more people. But we're selling out everything, so we're really at capacity.
Amazing.
Amazing. It's a great space for chamber music specifically because of the intimacy.
Yeah.
125, 130 people. That's exactly what you want for a small ensemble, a quintet,
and there's no
quartet.
miking, there's nothing. It's all acoustic, which is so nice.
Right.
And the richness of the wood and the acoustics that are in this building are just, you need nothing.
One cellist commented, he said, it's like playing inside my cello.
There you go.
It's just surrounded by the wood and the reverberations. It's got a warmth to the sound. So the musicians love to come. Mm-hmm. They just love the space.
They keep coming back and back and back, and you get world-class musicians that play everywhere all over the world, and yet here they come to Beacon to play for 125 people, and happily. So you also have a beautiful piano.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we bought that in 2004. There is a fine piano at the Cultural Center, but for the caliber of musicians that we wanted to bring in, we needed something a new piano that's a really fine piano. So we invested and bought a brand new Steinway B piano, and we baby that thing.
Yeah, you have to baby that thing. Yeah, absolutely. Tell us about how the chamber music is alive and well in the Hudson Valley.
Absolutely. It is thriving.
Yeah.
And there are new series being created. At Boscobel, there's a series that started. There's something in Millbrook that started up. There's so many wonderful series. And yet I don't feel any sense of competition among us. I feel like we're all, collaborating.
Yeah.
And to the point where we're even advertising for each other.
Right.
So there's enough riches to go around for everyone.
100%. And I remember seeing you at Maverick Concerts, too, which is beautiful, and their chamber series, which is in the summer, which is very different than your season there. Mm-hmm. There's also all these wonderful symphony orchestras around the area. Classical music, believe it or not, really is alive and well.
Absolutely.
I know some listeners here are like, what are you, crazy? I'm not. No, it is rampant here.
Yeah, I mean, we could diversify. We could have a younger audience. There's certainly ways that we could grow, and we're working very hard to do that. But as I said, we're selling out our concerts, and I go, as you said, to Maverick, and they're doing the same. They're selling out.
They're
concerts.
selling, and up at Bard College at the Fisher Center, there's a lot of the Orchestra Now concerts and all kinds of wonderful Northern Duchess Symphony Orchestra, Woodstock Orchestra, Newburgh Orchestra. There's like a lot going on.
Yeah, I often wonder, what's driving people to go to these concerts. It's not necessarily people who studied classical music or who are musicians, but there's something that they love this setting. There's a sense of community when you have a small space like this. There's generally, reception afterwards or something. So it's just a very humane way to go and hear some.
It really is. Classical music, it's what I listen to on Sundays. It is my relaxing music. That's what it does for me. It's just like, and that's what I love. Every Sunday I listen to WMHT, another radio station that's all classical, and it's just my Sunday thing to do.
Right.
It's a wonderful thing to do. Now, Carl, you are also a flutist or flautist?
Flutist is what I would say. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, you were here at Vassar. You studied. You also took music, but that wasn't your primary major?
Right. I was a math major.
Yeah. You're one of those.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's a good thing. We need that.
Yeah. But then, I had just had this love of music. And so I took more music classes than any other subject. But I actually stopped playing after college. I just didn't really have any opportunities to perform or to play. And I moved away, so I didn't know anybody to collaborate with. So for about 25 years, I just stopped playing and then came back to it. Now, I guess about 8 years ago, something like that. And
only 8 years ago?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And now
2017.
you won this award.
Right. So when I came back, I was all in, and so I'm practicing every single day. And, the pandemic hit, and so we couldn't perform. And so I was looking for other opportunities, other ways to stay motivated. And there were a number of competitions. And so I joined a few and I won.
I love that.
It was the National Flute Association adult amateur competition. And so
amazing.
Yeah, I just was floored. When I got that email, I just, what?
Was that online during the pandemic or how did you have to go somewhere to?
It was all recording. You submit a recording. So I had to I went to the Howland Cultural Center, snuck in at night when there's no one there, turned on the lights, and recorded a couple of required pieces and submitted those. And, a few weeks later, a month later, whatever it was, got the email.
You're like, is this the right person?
Yeah.
Did they this is me?
Right. But it was a great sense of validation because I think every musician has self-doubt and they wonder, am I really good enough? Because when you practice, you're always beating yourself up. You're finding out what you missed, and you're out of tune here, and you're finding fault in yourself. So to have someone or an organization like that validate it, it's really
it's everything. And now because you've practiced, you end up in Carnegie Hall playing.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
You have some concerts coming up this Friday.
Yeah. So my next set of concerts are all pretty much dominated by this trio that I'm in. It's a flute, oboe, and piano trio called the Oxalis Trio. And so Friday we play down in New York. It's going to be our sort of debut in the city. And so very excited about that Friday evening. And then
where in the city?
It's a church called St. John's in the Village.
Okay.
So near 11th Street, I think, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And so we've played together for a few years now, and we're very comfortable with each other. We can just get together, and immediately we just start working on phrasing and things like that. We don't have to worry about the technical aspects. We just kind of take that for granted, and we just click.
Right.
So I love playing with these musicians. And so
that's amazing. Yeah. Amazing. You're even playing at Howland Cultural Center.
Right.
On November 13th.
Yeah, we sort of danced around the Howland, played all these other places in the area, but now we're going, to the mothership, you could say.
Yes. Yes.
So in November on a Thursday evening, we'll the same trio, and we'll put together a new program, new music, and play there. So very
And
much
then
looking
2
forward to
days
that.
later, on November 15th, you will be at Carnegie Hall.
Yes. So
Amazing.
yes.
Amazing.
The oboist in the trio is Zachary Pulse. So he and I will be playing a duet by Alberto Ginastera for flute and oboe at Carnegie Hall. It's part of a larger program that we're joining.
Now, you also spend some time on Cape Cod, and you play out there as well.
Yeah. So I do have something. It's not on the calendar yet because we're still waiting to finalize it. But yeah, I've got some things in the works to play there.
And Carl, give people your website in case they're interested in following and maybe going to see one of your shows.
Sure. It's just simply my name, Carl Gutowski. Carl with a C, Gutowski, GUTOWSKI.com.
And if you're in the New York City area or heading down that way this Friday night, you can go see Carl play. It's pretty cool. Very cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I love that it's coming back for you and the way you've embraced it so passionately since you started it back up.
Yeah, a bit obsessively, you might
That's
say.
okay. That's okay. There's worse things to be obsessed
Sure,
about.
yes.
Music is a good thing to be obsessed about.
True.
So beautiful. So now the chamber series at the Howland, you break it up into 2 seasons, right? You have your fall primarily, winter, early spring.
Yeah, I would break it into 3, the fall and the spring, but then in the winter we do our piano festival.
Series. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this year is a little weird because one of the piano concerts will be in the spring, but just because we couldn't get the contract and scheduling exactly.
Yeah. And you start out, most of your chamber music concerts, if not all, are on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, everything is Sundays. There's one special event this year, but everything is Sundays, 4:00. So you can get there and get home before it's dark.
Before 60 Minutes is on.
That's true. Yes. And at the Howland Cultural Center.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So you start off on September 14th, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump away, coming up in time here with Joseph Lynn and Friends. Tell us a little bit about this concert on September 14th.
Yeah, I won't say too much because it's sold out.
It's sold out.
Yeah,
That's
is.
okay.
So, I mean, it's incredible to think that, the season hasn't even started. We have 2 concerts that are sold out.
And this is one of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so Joseph Lynn was the violinist with the Juilliard String Quartet. He was the first violinist for 10 years, and he left the quartet, and now he's, doing his other projects, and so this is one of them. So we're so happy to have him come back.
Wow, amazing. Yeah. And so it sold out. There's like no waiting list. There's
nothing
once it's sold out.
That brings up a good point, which is 1 week before every concert, we release a handful of extra tickets at Pay What You Wish.
I love that.
So Joseph Lynn is sold out, but if you wait 1 week before, which is this Sunday, there will be some tickets available, and you pay what you wish.
And you do that by going onto the website.
Right, howlandmusic.org.
I love that you do that. Yeah. I just think that is absolutely wonderful.
As I was saying earlier, we need to diversify in every way. We need to diversify economically, too. We shouldn't hold that as a barrier to people who want to come, who just, $35 might be a lot, $70 for 2 people.
Especially if there's 2 of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's really nice and conscientious that you do that and hold some tickets available for that. So you have the one concert coming up again, sold out, howlandmusic.org. If you look on Sunday or week before, maybe something will be released. Then you go into October on the 12th, and you have what we just heard, Stephen Banks on saxophone with the Verona Quartet. Tell us more, unless that's sold out.
That one's not sold out yet, but it is selling well. And I heard the Verona Quartet for the first time down in the city some years ago when they were still students. And I could tell immediately they really were going to do really well. And they've gone on to win national competitions. So if it were just them, this would be a great concert. But add Stephen Banks to it, and, it's golden.
Epic.
Exactly.
Epic. Yeah. One of those epic concerts. Yeah. Wow.
And speaking of saxophone, the next concert is the Acropolis Reed Quintet, which includes a saxophone and all the reed wind instruments. So oboe, bassoon, clarinet and bass clarinet, and saxophone. So it's a really unusual combination. And as I understand it, they kind of invented this formation, the Reed Quintet. There was no such thing until they came along and started commissioning music.
Does it seem like most of these people in these chamber groups met while they were at college?
That seems to be.
Yeah.
At least that's how the kernel, how it started. Some players will drop out and they get new players. But for the most part, yes, they do oftentimes start as friends in college.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're assigned as, as a class or something.
Or they just pick themselves out. Yeah.
Right.
November 2nd is the Acropolis Reed Quintet. And that, again, is at Howland Cultural Center, but part of the Howland Music Chamber Circle. Now, before I go into the next concerts, you guys have all volunteers there.
Yes, yeah. Our music director is a consultant, basically, Akiko Sasaki, and but everyone else is just all volunteer, myself included.
Mm-hmm.
So we could not do this without this army of people. There's so much. You think you just show up and these musicians show up and it just happens?
No. That's not even close to what happens.
I mean, it starts years in advance to contract these musicians, and then all the logistics and programming and tickets and websites. There's just a tremendous amount of work.
It is a lot of work, and volunteers are like the backbone for many of these organizations, and yours included. With that, you also offer membership at the Howland Music Circle.
Well, we don't. We used to do that. I
Okay.
think the Howland Cultural Center, which is a separate organization,
Right.
they may have membership.
Okay, but you don't anymore.
No, we don't.
Okay,
No,
so it's like a per ticket thing
Yeah,
that
exactly.
you do.
Right.
Okay, good. I always wanted to throw that out there if you did. November 16th, we'll bring the Attica Quartet.
Ataka. Yeah. So that rounds out the fall with the Ataka Quartet. And it's funny, I feel like they're friends of ours, the Ataka Quartet, but I think they've only played for us once, maybe twice.
That is a heck of a program they're playing. Not that I know all that much about classical, but I know that.
Yeah, they're just cutting edge. They've won 2 Grammy Awards, and the first violinist, Amy Schroeder, we've brought her in with her husband, Felix Umansky, who's a cellist in the Harlem String Quartet, to play duets. So we know them really, really well. And actually, they play here at Vassar quite often.
Really?
Yeah. Over the years, they've done a lot of concerts here.
Yeah, I should mention that also. Skinner Hall. Did you have recitals at Skinner Hall
Yeah,
when you
sure.
were here?
Yeah.
The sound there is amazing, too, the
Oh,
acoustics.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
the Ataka Quartet is going to round out the fall season, and then we get into our piano festival in the winter time.
Yeah, which is good. That's smart. You guys kind of just cut it off November 16th and then let the holidays happen.
Yes.
And all the craziness that's associated with that. And then you return with Howland Music on January 11th with the Piano Festival. And tell us who this is.
Right. So the first one in the festival is a woman named Fei Fei, originally from China, but she's been here many, many years. And she was one of the finalists in the Van Cliburn piano competition, which is, the gold standard for piano competitions. And she's played for us maybe 3 or 4 times, sells out every time. She has a very engaging personality. Everyone just loves to be around her. And she happens to play the piano phenomenally. So she's going to be a joy to hear.
You know what I want to do? Finish up what you say, but then I'm going to play a track.
Okay, great.
Of what we just spoke about. What is it?
Ataka.
Ataka. I'm going to say Attica forever. It's Ataka.
Well, Ataka is a musical term. Like when you get to the end of a movement, you usually stop. But Ataka means go right into the next movement. So it's a musical term. But if you're not, trained in,
in classical
then it's
music,
Attica,
no, I know. See, my daughter would be here correcting me as well, but
Right.
it is not me that does that. So let's listen to this music, Carl, and then let's come back
Wonderful.
and talk about the rest of the piano. All right.
Great.
You're tuned into 91.3 WVKR. I'm your host, Rita Ryan, here with LocalMotion, and we're here with Carl Gutowski today, concert manager of the Howland Music Circle at Howland Cultural Center. Their season begins on September 14th. Let's take a listen to this really lovely music right here on 91.3 WVKR.
Would a song by any other name sound as sweet and true? If you were gone, would words still flow? And would they rhyme with you? If you were gone, would I still know how to love and how to grow and how the vow threads through? And so you say the saying goes, a rose is a rose, 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 is a tired rhyme. But in the verse there's always time. Would scansion cease to mark the beats if I went away? Would a syllable interrupt the feet of tetrametric iambs when I am gone? Listen, and I will sing a tune of love and life and of the ocean's prose and the poetry of a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. And so you say the saying goes, a rose is a rose, 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 is how I'm keeping track of time. When the seas rise high, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun, will the memory of us still rhyme with anyone? Will we still tune our violins? Will we still sing of roses? Will we exist at all, my love, or will we fade to stanzas of the dust that I suppose is all we were and all we'll be? And so the saying, so it goes, depends a lot on if a rose is a rose, 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 is a thing sublime. And so we stay on borrowed time.
91.3 WVKR Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. Carl, take it away. What did we just hear?
Yeah, that was the Ataka Quartet with Caroline Shaw singing. And Caroline Shaw was the composer of that piece as well. She's a really interesting person, Caroline. Won the Pulitzer Prize at something like 24 or 26, something like that. And just a phenomenal musician. And she and the Ataka Quartet have a wonderful relationship. They're great friends. And so the Ataka has put out at least 2 CDs of Caroline Shaw's music and won the Grammy for these.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
And
Caroline was the singer, the vocalist
Yes,
on that,
right.
And Ataka Quartet will be again at the Howland Cultural Center as part of the Howland Chamber Music Series on November 16th.
Right.
Yes, yes, wonderful. So let's go back into where we left off the piano series, which starts in January on the 11th with Fei Fei. And then you go on the 25th with
Yeah, so the 25th,
two pianos.
Yeah, on January 25th, we have two pianists. They're going to play two, like two grand pianos interlocked. Think of it that way. So they're going to be playing duets, piano duets. And the interesting thing is these two guys are, I think, very different styles. Maybe not, but Timo Andres is a composer, I would say, foremost, but also a very accomplished pianist. I heard him play up at Bard a few years ago doing some Philip Glass pieces.
Are you going to have two pianos there?
Yeah. So
Wow.
we have our piano, but the Howland Cultural Center still has their original piano, which is a very good piano. And so they'll be using the two of those. And then the other pianist is Aaron Deal, who's a jazz pianist. But he's a very sort of erudite performer, and he takes jazz music and elevates it to the concert hall and plays sort of a survey of the history of jazz, kind of like a Wynton Marsalis, what he would do there. And so how the two of them are going to play together, I have no idea, but it's going to be fireworks.
Is this like one of the first times they're playing together, or they've done this?
I don't know. I know they've
Love
done
it.
works together, but I don't know if that they've performed together.
Right.
But Timo Andres is a composer, so I think Aaron Deal has played some of his pieces.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that'll be exciting.
Yeah. Well, I think they'll all be exciting. It's amazing the people that you get to come to Beacon to play this amazing series. that
Yeah,
you
and I
hold.
think this is sort of an example of something that's not a cookie cutter kind of classical concert. They're not playing Beethoven, they're not playing Mozart. No offense to Beethoven or Mozart.
Absolutely.
But this is it's great
fresh.
classical music. It's fresh, it's
yeah,
new, and
it's
it's
new.
exciting.
February 4th. This is a Wednesday concert.
Yes. So this one is sort of outside of our usual series. We're calling it a special event. It's priced accordingly. Yefim Bronfman is just one of these top tier performers, like a Yo-Yo Ma, Joshua Bell, Emmanuel Axe. So we're just so excited to have someone of this caliber come in this tiny little hall, 125 people.
Is that
to
sold out?
present us. Not yet, but it's getting there.
It
So,
will momentarily
Right,
then. Yes.
right.
Say the name again.
Yefim Bronfman. So last year we had a special event with Emmanuel Axe,
Yes.
and so it was such a success that we decided to do that again this year.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And this again is on Wednesday, February 4th. Tickets available to all of these shows, folks, is at howlandmusic.org. Do yourself a favor, get to one of them. The acoustics are amazing at the Howland Cultural Center, which is where these shows are held. Most concerts are on Sunday afternoons from like 4 to 6 p.m. And here you have a very special pianist on February 15th. Tell
Yeah.
us who's coming.
Well, I won't say much because, again, it is sold out.
Okay, no
I mean,
surprise.
can you believe that it's February 15th and it's already sold out? Because Jeremy Denk is just, one of these musicians that everyone wants to hear.
Yeah.
And he's just a very creative and original performer. We first hired him when he was a young man and no one was hiring. No one, and so he's so grateful that we gave him a chance all
that
those
he
years ago.
comes back to
He
this.
keeps coming back.
He doesn't forget. People don't forget things like that,
Right.
and that's a beautiful thing. And it probably is pretty special for him to be able to play such a small, intimate room.
Exactly.
Also.
I mean, he
Yeah.
plays the big hall at
Carnegie Hall. Yeah.
with whatever, 2,000 people.
Yeah.
And then he can come over here and just,
Yeah.
shake hands with the people in the front row.
Right, right. And whenever I talk to musicians, almost every single one of them that have played either stadium shows or larger theaters, they get more nervous playing an intimate room
Oh, for sure.
than the big stages
Sure,
that
yeah.
they've played on. So,
You can see the people. They're staring right at you. You
Right.
can, yeah.
right. And I think what they say that when you're on stage at the stadium shows, you might be able to see eyes of maybe the first 20 rows, and after that, it's just a seat.
Right,
You
right.
know, so you don't see.
It's funny when I perform. I have these glasses so I can read, up close. and then the audience is a blur.
It's a blur.
Which is great. Because
Yes.
then I don't, lock eyes with someone.
It's like
and,
portrait mode on your phone
Yes.
with the camera. It's
Right.
just like they're there. You
Right.
hear them, but it's kind of good so the nerves don't get you going. All right. So Jeremy Denk sold out. March 8th will bring
Yeah, so this is we start our spring chamber
Series.
music. So this is the Gutowski Trio, which has played for us a couple of times in the past. And I just love that combination. It's a piano trio, is a violin, cello, and piano.
Love that.
Yeah, and
Love
it's
that.
each voice is distinct. You don't have, like in a string quartet, you'll have two violins and a viola, and they kind of overlap a bit. But violin, cello, piano, they're very distinct
different
voices.
and very different, and everybody's you'll hear them very
Exactly.
clearly. And this is March 8th. It's the Gutowski. What is that? Did I
Yeah,
say?
Gutowski Trio.
Gutowski Trio,
Yeah.
and that's March 8th at Howland Cultural Center. Again, the website is howlandmusic.org. March 29th, you have a cello quartet.
Yeah, the Galvin Cello Quartet. I honestly have never heard them.
Love that.
They're young, they're new. I think they just graduated a year or two ago or something like that. But our music director was so excited about getting them, Akiko Sasaki. And so I'm sure they're going to be great. And they've already won, national competitions. And so this concert, we're designated as our founders concert. Our founders were Gwen and Bill Stevens, and they always invested in young musicians, up-and-coming musicians, like Jeremy Denk and Joseph Lynn, who went on to have illustrious careers. So, we're kind of taking a chance and bringing in these young musicians. And it's a cello quartet, which is
Unusual.
very unusual. I don't know what they're going to be playing, but it's cello has become this really, kind of a hip instrument, honestly. So there's a lot of really fiery cello music out there. And so they're going to be bringing that to the Howland.
And this is happening on March 29th, the Galvin Cello Quartet. And then in April, you have a concert on Sunday, April 26th. Tell us who will be there.
Yeah, April 26th is the Parker Quartet. We're living, I think, in the golden age of the string quartet. There are so many great string quartets out there. In my very humble opinion, the Parker's the best.
Really?
I love them.
Really?
Every time I hear them, I'm floored. So this summer, I drove up to Rockport, Massachusetts to hear the Parker Quartet.
You go. I love that.
Then I went out to Cape Cod to hear the Parker Quartet. I'm a Parker groupie, I guess.
Oh, my God.
So I really, everything they do is just impeccable.
And they're having a soprano with them.
Yes. So this is exciting because they're bringing in this woman, Flor Barron, who's going to be singing with them. So I don't know much about her other than she's, singing with the New York Philharmonic and all around the world. And she's going to be coming the following year as well, but we'll save that for
next year.
Right.
Save that for next year. Wow, that's incredible. That's happening on Sunday, April 27th. Then you have, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The 26th.
Sunday,
26th.
April 26th. And then you have 2 concerts left in May, which then close out your season. So on May 3rd,
We have Brandon Patrick George on the flute with Plinio Fernandez on the guitar.
wow.
Now, Brandon
Wow.
Patrick George, maybe you don't know the name, but people might know the Imani Winds. So
Okay.
he's the flutist in the Imani Winds wind quintet. And he's been there for, 6 or 9 years or something like that. And as a fellow flutist, I can attest to his brilliance.
Yeah.
The Imani Winds came and played for us last season, and I got the seat on the balcony right on top of the flutist, right behind him.
Oh,
So,
nice.
it was just, I could see his music.
Right.
I felt like I was.
It's like
in
a
the-
master class.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Like taking a master
Yes,
class.
absolutely.
Yeah, when you have somebody like that you're watching. And
So,
this guitarist, a flute
Yeah,
and a
he-
guitar. You played with a guitarist
Yeah,
too.
with David Temple.
Yeah.
So he and I did a number of concerts together. He's since left the area, moved down to Florida.
Oh,
so,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I played with another guitarist recently, and we're hoping to develop some more things in the future.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, Dan Garcia.
Yeah.
So-
good for you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So the guitarist is a Brazilian guitarist,
Mm-hmm.
Plinio Fernandez. So they'll be doing, I'm sure, some Brazilian influenced music as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You end the Howland Music Chamber Circle season, the whole year, on Sunday, May 17th with
Yes.
a piano festival.
Right. So this is the one piano concert that's kind of outside the. We just had. It was a scheduling issue. She is so good, and she is just such a phenomenal musician. We wanted to get her, even if wasn't within our piano festival.
That's quite all right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Please forgive us.
Yes.
But
yes.
this is Asata Kana Mason. Her brother is probably the better known of the two, Sheku Kana Mason. He's a cellist in England. And if you remember the last royal wedding, I think, who was that? Meghan and whatever. So
yes.
Harry,
I think,
there you
right?
go.
Yes.
So there was a cellist who performed during the wedding.
Oh.
And everybody was just sobbing. It was so beautiful.
And that was the brother.
Yes, that was her brother. And after that, his career just exploded.
Oh, I'm
I mean, he
sure.
was already up and coming, but that gave him this worldwide exposure, and he's just all over. So he and his sister, Asata, play Carnegie Hall all the time. They come here and they play all the great halls. And so to get her is just such a catch. And as soon as we announced this, we announced it last season at the end, I think our last concert, someone in the audience came up to us right afterwards and said, I want to sponsor that concert.
Really?
Yes, they were so excited about having her come.
Oh.
And they're from England. They actually, the whole family is a family of musicians. There's like 6 or 7 children. They're all musicians.
Isn't that something? Yeah, it looks like it's sponsored by Howard and Celestine
Campbell. Yeah.
How lovely. That's really nice.
Yeah. Such wonderful people. I just bumped into Howard at Dennings Point in Beacon last weekend taking a walk.
Perfect. If people are listening and they want to sponsors, you're always looking for sponsors.
Absolutely.
I assume.
Sure. Yeah.
And people just contact the website?
Go to the website. That's the best way. And then there's contact information.
howlandmusic.org. And there's all kinds of info on the website, which is really nice because it also gives you, if you just want to support, you can't make some concerts, or it tells you all about it, your history, the education, everything that you guys do. It's a really lovely organization, and thanks to the founders, 33
years, yeah.
33 years.
It's a lot of organizations, when the founders step away, the organization kind of falls apart. But I think one of the great things that they did is they built an infrastructure behind the organization with, the board of trustees and whatnot. So we've been able to keep it going.
Yeah, which is really wonderful. And that's such a testament to the people, the caliber of people that you have volunteering there, because it takes a lot of effort.
You're right. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Carl, it's always a pleasure talking
Oh,
with you.
Rita, love it.
Always. Carl Gutowski.
Well, I have to say thank you to you because you bring in so many different types of people, not just rock or folk or whatever, classical as well, jazz as well, and everything in between.
Because that's what we've got in the Hudson Valley.
Yes.
And if I have to stay true to my word, this show is about music and the arts in the Hudson Valley, I better incorporate a few different genres than just one.
Right.
Because music's too good to leave it just to one.
Absolutely.
So I like to highlight everything. But I always love, because, my kid, she's been playing for 15, 16 years. And that's how I got into classical music. And like I say, now I listen to it on Sundays, and it's just something that is so relaxing. I know next to nothing. I am getting better because I'm not one of those people that clap in between movements anymore.
Well, now you know how to pronounce Ataka.
Yes. And now, because I announce it, because of course your series will be on my musical happening segment, but I'm going to guarantee you that I'm going to incorrectly say it anyway, because it's like once it's in my head, it's really hard to say it. I'm going to keep saying it, but yeah. But Carl, it's always a pleasure, and we do it almost the same time every single year, before your season starts. howlandmusic.org. Go check out amazing concerts. If you can still get tickets, now's the time. get it on the calendar. And it's at the beautiful Howland Cultural Center right on Main Street in Beacon. And it's really a lovely way to spend a Sunday afternoon,
Yeah.
walk around Beacon, the shops, have a little brunch, or afterwards go out to dinner.
So many restaurants.
So
yes.
many restaurants. Go check out Dia Beacon. You can spend a whole day, and then on a Sunday, just get to Howland. But I always like to go early because it's just so
Yeah.
beautiful, and you want to get a seat. What you guys open? What, an hour before?
45 minutes.
45.
Before, yeah, and it's general admission, so you want to, if you want a particular seat, then get there early.
Get
but
there
honestly,
early.
every seat is a good seat.
Every seat is a good seat, but yeah, people get there by 3:15, and it's just a lovely, lovely place to see a wonderful concert. Always thank you for coming in. I always appreciate it when people take the effort and the time to come in person. It's a really lovely thing. So we will do it again next year, and I'm really hoping I say it to get there this year because
You
it's
have
just.
to.
such
I'm
a
going to be
good
looking
place.
for you.
You got it. Just
I
like
will ping you and I'll
ping me and message me like, Rita, where the heck are you? Come on, what's wrong with you? Because I get there and I'm blown away every single time. I always tell you like, oh my gosh,
Well, I finally took your advice and went to the Falcon. Every time I come
Thank
here,
you.
somehow it comes up a conversation,
Yes.
and I didn't get there. This year I made it. Thank you, Rita, for introducing
What
me.
did you see?
Actually, it was a kind of offbeat thing. It was this Garifuna music, which is
Okay.
a Central American culture. And they were playing the Falcon. They were up from Belize, and my sister-in-law is Belizean. So we went over and heard them, and it was just so much fun, a great venue.
Right.
So thank you.
You're
for
welcome.
introducing me.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I'll be back.
Yeah, it's a fun place. And there is such a diversity of music happening there as well.
Yeah.
I always say to people, you guys have a mailing list subscribing, and I always think that's the best way. Yes, you can follow on the socials and all of that, but we all follow way too many things and we miss things. So in order for you to get like the first what's going on, mailing lists are the way
Absolutely.
to do it.
It's critical.
Yeah.
And for us as the organization, that's how we reach people directly.
Right.
Through the email. Bang, you get it.
Yeah. And it's just so much easier than thinking and hoping someone's going to see something on social. So, yeah, howlandmusic.org. Go check out a wonderful concert happening this season, which starts September 14th. And we're going to play we haven't done this yet. It's called Acropolis.
Yes.
Acropolis Reed Quintet. Again, these folks are going to be at Howland on November 2nd. So, Carl, thank you.
My great pleasure, Rita.
All right.
See you next year.
See you next year. Then let's take a listen right here, right now on 91.3 WVKR. .3 WVKR Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. Wow. I hope you guys enjoyed this hour with Carl Gutowski from the Howland Music Chamber Circle. It really is an extraordinary series that they have. It starts September 14th, and we just heard the Acropolis Reed Quintet. They will be at Howland on November 2nd. Most of their concert, again, are on Sundays at 4 p.m. And just a lovely, lovely place. Tickets are always available when they're available and not sold out, I should say, at howlandmusic.org. Enjoy some classical music. Also, carlgutowski.com. He's a flutist, and he is playing in the area. He'll be at Howland on November 13th. He'll be at Carnegie Hall on November 15th. So really special, really, really special place. So I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. It's 4:55. You're tuned into LocalMotion here on 91.3 WVKR. And I'm your host, Rita Ryan, bringing you a LocalMotion here. This music is all about music in the Hudson Valley. We talk to musicians and artists that live here and those that come to perform here. And even though it's almost the top of the hour, we're going to pretend that it's 5 o'clock and that we start off each and every hour here where we don't have a guest by paying tribute to Tony Falco from the Falcon in Marlborough. He passed away October 27th of 2021, and he left a couple of really cool playlists, and I go upload in order that he uploaded it. I play them, and I'm still listening to new music that Tony sometimes I don't know the artists, or know the artist, but I haven't heard them do that particular song. So we're going to start this one out by playing a little bit of Dave Rawlings' Machine, and this was uploaded on Tony Falco's playlist. So sit back. If you knew him, think about him a little bit. If you didn't, just enjoy the music like he would want you to. Let's take a listen. 91.3 WVKR.
Ruby, let down your golden hair where I'm standing at the bottom of your stair. Ruby, I can see your TV on, but the people there, they flicker and they're gone. So let down your golden hair for me tonight. Let down your golden hair for me to climb, just like an old-time telegraph man. I came here with a simple job to do. 'cause that news coming down the wire says that your head's on fire, and I'm trying to get a message through to you. Ruby, you ain't lonely yet with your crystal and your Russian cigarette. But Ruby, haven't you heard before what good's the finest tile when it hasn't got a door? So let down your golden hair for me to climb. Let down your golden hair for me tonight, just like an old time telegraph man. Well, I came here with a simple job to do, 'cause that news coming down the wire says that your bed's on fire, and I'm trying to get a message through to you. Ruby, I'm that old time telegraph man, and I came here with a simple job to do, 'cause that news coming down the wire says that your world's on fire, and I'm trying to get a message through to you. I'm that old time telegraph man, and I came here with a simple job to do, 'cause that news coming down the wire says that your world's on fire, and I'm trying to get a message through to you.
You always said you loved me while you looked the other way and left me in a ruin of doubt, rolling in the clay. You were always finding someone else who mattered more than me. But loving you, I paid the price which I gave away for free. True colors run down over me. Your true colors are what I've come to see. True colors are hurting me again. Your true colors, black and white in the end. Hey! I learned to be unfaithful, smiling through my lies. I I wore a coat of loyalty, another dumb disguise. Going back to New York City where they really got it made. It may be big and dirty, but there is no true gray. True colors run down over me. I learned to be unfaithful, smiling through my lies. I wore a coat of loyalty, another dumb disguise. Going back to New York City where they really got it made. It may be big and dirty, but there is no true gray. True colors run down over me. True colors are what I've come to see. True colors are hurting me again. Your true colors, black and white in the end. I never felt so good till I got away from you. I never understood how much shit you put me through. I'd rather live my life alone and get some peace of mind. A piece of love means nothing if your blues don't stay behind. Your true colors will run down over me. Your true colors are what I've come to see. Your true colors are hurting me again. Your true colors, black and white in the end. True colors run down over me. Your true colors are what I've come to see. Your true colors are hurting me again. Your true colors, black and white in the end.
.3 WVKR Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. Eric Anderson, the album Dance of Love and Death. And we heard the track called Color Blind. Eric Anderson, key figure on the Greenwich Village music scene. He also has recorded, performed with world-renowned artists such as Ricky Nelson, Judy Collins, Sandy Denny, the Kingston Trio, Peter, Paul and Mary, Linda Ronstadt, Johnny Cash, the Grateful Dead, Linda Thompson, and so many more all over the world. Eric Anderson is bringing his singing-songwriting talent to the Falcon tomorrow night, Thursday night, in Marlborough, and you can get to go see him. Never a ticket sold at the Falcon. It's all done by donation. So you can make a reservation at live@thefalcon.com to see Eric Anderson, the legendary Eric Anderson, perform there tomorrow night. We also started this hour off by paying tribute to Tony Falco. One of the tracks he uploaded on his playlist titled Ruby, and that was by the Dave Rawlings Machine, the album A Friend of a Friend, written by Dave Rawlings Machine and Gillian Welch, which was kind of cool. I did not know that. And speaking of the Falcon, I also want to mention the LocalMotion, the 10th anniversary LocalMotion benefit concert was announced. I think we announced it in June or maybe early July. It is sold out. So this radio show is celebrating 10 years this summer. And to celebrate that little bit of a milestone, we're having a concert at the Falcon on Saturday, November 8th. And it's going to benefit two area nonprofit organizations. The one in Dutchess County is called Sparrow's Nest, and the one in Ulster County is People's Place. And so we're doing this concert, and we've got some amazing performers playing at the Falcon, including Larry Campbell. Yes, Larry Campbell will be one of the headliners, and again also along with Gail Ann Dorsey. Hard to believe she's going to be there as well. Cindy Cashdollar will be there. Lee Falco, Andy Stack will be there. The band Little Giant will be there. They were an area band in the 90s, and they're re-releasing some of their their music. So I invited them to come. And then also the band Tiny Spores, which is spearheaded by Sam Bernhard. And my daughter is part of that group as well, Caroline Ryan on violin. So it's going to be a great night. You can call the Falcon and get on a waiting list because maybe there'll be a cancellation. You never know. There's also seating at the bar, but at some point sold out is sold out. So, but it is sold out for tables right now, but you can get on the waiting list by calling the Falcon for the Saturday, November 8th concert at Live at the Falcon. And that's for the LocalMotion benefit concert. So pretty good stuff going on there. And let's see. All right. So Sal Cataldi of Spaghetti Eastern Music. Yeah, really cool avant-garde music is playing at the Bethel Woods Center on September 10th. And I wanted to play one of his tracks to talk about Sal and let you know where he's performing, and better yet, let you listen to him. This one's called The Hard Blues. Let's see if we can pull it up and take a listen to Sal Cataldi, also known as Spaghetti Eastern Music, here on 91.3 WVKR.
Oh, turn away, young Magdalene, morning's on the rise. We both know we'll turn to stone if we don't act right. So put away your fiddle, your rosin and your bowl, 'cause nobody wants to see how wildflowers grow. Bad TV and frozen food in a house we can't afford. The neighbors with bad politics are lonely folks, I'm sure. I want to know a weed from a chestnut tree and a friend from a foe. But nobody knows the names of wildflowers anymore. Peace signs in the alleyway, Jesus saves in a bathroom stall. The poor, the drunk, the angry, the medicate and jail us all. They'd roll us up and smoke us, they could make us worth owning. Oh, be careful you tell that there's wildflowers growing. What parts of me there may yet be when I am dead and gone? A pile or two of paltry things done right and done wrong, and a parking lot of forget-me-nots growing towards the road. I'll be there if you care to watch some wildflowers grow. Yeah, I'm going back down where the weather suits my clothes. Come on by and waste some time watching wildflowers grow.
.3 WVKR, Willie Carlisle, the album called Winged Victory. We just heard the track Wildflowers Growing. Willie is going to be part of a heck of a lineup happening at Meadowlark Festival that happens September 12th through 14th at Stonebridge Orchard in Stonebridge, New York, featuring River Wireless, The Mystery Lights, Cutworms, Haley Hendricks, Sunflower Bean. Of course, Willie will be part of this and a whole bunch of others to be announced. Tickets and info at meadowlarkfest.org. So that's happening. We also heard a pretty cool track from Sal Cataldi, The Hard Blues. Sal says, and these are his words, that the Hard Blues, quote, is my latest attempt to bring together genres that are close to my heart. The subtle, evolving textures of electronica and krautrock, big, bold trip-hop and tribal beats, and of course, Chicago-style electric blues with psychedelic flavorings. And that's Sal Cataldi, also known as Spaghetti Eastern Music. He's playing today, right here, right now, in Woodstock at Colony, I think in the Beer Garden. And he is playing on the 10th at Bethel Woods, the legendary Bethel Woods Center. And he's playing at City Winery on September 17th. Again, Sal Cataldi. You can find him on Bandcamp. Yeah, that's the place to find him. Bandcamp is usually the best to find him. SpaghettiEasternMusic.bandcamp.com. If that's what you like, check it out and let Sal Cataldi know you heard it right here on LocalMotion. Another band playing at the Meadowlark Festival, September 12th through 14th, is called River Wireless. Let's take a listen to them right here, right now, on 91.3.
There me was built by this babe. It was a former kiss. The madness on young lovers' lips fast like a match. Love in the old love up until the new love. I believe in you, love. You have my heart. The life that brings me joy, to roam across the country with all my foolish boys. The crowd's got a hold on me, wanna stay here at my best, clinging to the dim light until there's no light left. Love in the old love up until the new love. I believe in you, love. You have my heart. It eats every word. It needs like a bird breathing next to my chest. Slow down.
1, 2, 3. We're gonna hike along the trail a mile. We're gonna watch that waterfall a while. We're gonna row a boat out to the coast. We're gonna warm up by the old wood stove. When we finally get to stay at Mary Ann's. When we finally get to stay at Mary Ann's. We'll finally get some needed rest. Gonna function at our very best. Gonna feel the grass between our toes. Not watch it grow from car windows. No, no. When we finally get to stay at Mary Ann's. When we finally get to stay at Mary Ann's. Now the ocean meets the river, river meets the creek. Going to the country, feel it all our feet. Gonna leave them in the city, turning round and round. Lord knows one day these buildings could all come tumbling down, down. Gonna find the finest fish in the pool. We're gonna climb the mountain in our soul. Gonna put on a pair of old blue jeans, yeah, with warmth and gladness in the seams. When we finally get to stay at Mary Ann's. When we finally get to stay at Mary Ann's. Know it's gonna be grand.
come tumbling down, down. Gonna find the finest fishing hole. We're gonna climb the mountain in our soul. We're gonna feel the grass between our toes. We'll not just watch it grow from a car window. No, no. And we finally get to stay at Mary Ann's. When we finally get to stay at Mary Ann's.
91.3 WVKR, Jay Collins and the Kings County Band, the album called Rivers, Blues, and Other People, the track Mary Ann's. Recorded at Levon Helm Studios and engineered by Justin Gwip and Charlie Martinez. Whole bunch of special guests on this particular album, including Scott Sherrard, Dred Scott, Jeff Hanley, Moses Petro, Diego Vaglino. Special guests on this one, also Levon Helm, Donald Fagen, Jimmy Weeder, Bruce Katz, Larry Campbell, Tony Leone, Reggie Pittman. Whew, this is just such a good album. I absolutely love this album. And again, it's called Jay Collins and the Kings County Band. This was released quite some time ago, but it's a goodie. It's released back in 2012. Jay Collins always puts on a great show. He's a great saxophonist and singer-songwriter, great voice, as you just heard. He'll be playing this Friday night outside. Beautiful show at the Colony Beer Garden from 6 to 9 p.m. this Friday, September 5th. You can check out the information at colonywoodstock.com. Usually it's just maybe a couple bucks for a donation when you do a show at the beer garden, and really great vibe at Colony. So yeah, great way. Support local artists, support local venues. We also heard the track from the group called River Why Less, Fast Like a Match. They are the headliners at the Meadowlark Festival happening September 12th through 14th at Stone Ridge Orchard, right in Stone Ridge, New York. Along with River Why Less, the Mystery Lights will be performing, Cutworms, Haley Hendricks, Sunflower Bean, Daughter of the Vine, Charming Disaster. A whole bunch of people will be there. Others still yet to be announced. This is happening again on September 12th through 14th. Tickets and info at meadowlarkfest.org. Next week, I'm thrilled to be hosting, I think for the second time, this next artist. Let's take a listen to some new music right here, right now, by the one and only Alexis P. Suter on 91.3.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, woke up from a dream, opened up my eyes to a world gone crazy. I barely recognize. Hard part of it is, it's been that way all along. I just couldn't see it. I never knew I was wrong. As long as I'm holding another down, I can't be free. As long as I'm choking my brother now, I can't breathe. You can blame the power players that are bleeding us dry. I blame the silence of people standing by. I'm done pretending that I can't see. I'm done repeating what should have been history. As long as I'm holding another down, I can't be free. No, as long as I'm choking my brother now, I can't breathe. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. will take away your rights. Come on, brothers and sisters, it's time to stand up and fight. As long as I'm holding another down, I can't be free. No, 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 no. As long as I'm choking my brother now, I can't breathe.
big ideas in front of all these faces, and hope that the lessons and beauty of being young, someone with the imagination of a child, would bring a smile to all these faces. From a small room into 22, I've seen it happen many times before, and I know I'll see it happen again if I can just keep remembering that those special things and the big ideas and all the lovely, lovely music will always be a part of me, Philadelphia. Oh, Philadelphia.
.3 WVKR Independent Radio Poughkeepsie. Ah, I love that woman. That's Gail Ann Dorsey that we just heard. The track from I Used to Be, the album that she released back in like 2002 or 2003, titled Philadelphia, track 10 of 10. I play that track because I was just lucky enough to be in Philadelphia this past weekend, and I had an absolute ball. I was there for 3 nights with a friend of mine, and hadn't been to Philly since like the mid-'80s to see a couple of concerts. So I was really impressed by this beautiful city with all of its museums, the waterfront, the amazing restaurants, never mind the history that's there. So great weekend getaway at Philadelphia. So I figured I'd play that track by one of my faves, Gail Ann Dorsey, today. Gail is playing as part of an Estamos Contigo Friends and Neighbors concert at the Old Dutch Church in Kingston on September 20th from 7 to 10 p.m. with an array of great local musicians. Check that out, Old Dutch Church in Kingston. And we also heard Alexis P. Suter. Her new release is Just Stay High. We heard the track called Breathe. 14 tracks on this new CD, just released on Big Mama Productions. And I cannot wait to talk to Alexis P. Suter next week. She'll be our guest here. Her website, alexispsuter.com. Powerhouse of a singer. As you can hear, I've played her here so many times, and I just adore her. She's just a great human being, and I can't wait to talk to her and share her with all of you next week on the show here. So stay tuned for that. Right now, we're going to do musical happenings. We do this towards the end of the show in the hopes that you go out and support some live music and see some of our world-class area venues that we're lucky to have right here in the Hudson Valley. You don't have to go far. It's right here in our backyard. I do this in alphabetical order. Let's start out with the Assembly in Kingston. Tickets and info at assemblykingston.com. September 4th, Castle Rat. September 13th, Godspeed, You Black Emperor. Bardavon and UPAC. Tickets and info, bardavon.org. September 10th, the author, Elizabeth Gilbert. September 16, comedian Gary Gulman. September 19, Cowboy Junkies. Bearsville Theater in Woodstock, also bearsvilletheater.com. September 5 and 6, the Big Star Quintet. September 11, Alejandro Escovedo. Bethel Woods Center, also tickets and info, bethelwoodscenter.org. September 6, Blink 82. September 27, the Black Crows. Caramore in Katona and at caramore.org. September 13, Bedford Music Festival. City Winery, Hudson Valley in Montgomery, New York, and at citywinery.com. September 5, Don Jovi. Colony in Woodstock, also at colonywoodstock.com. The beer garden is open. Please visit their website for a list of shows happening there. Tonight inside the ballroom at Colony is the Rouse Brothers. Thursday, Martin Taylor with Henry Furland. Friday, Lindsay Webster. Saturday, the Tom Pretties. Sunday, Arkai, and every Monday is an open mic at Colony. Howland Chamber Music Series at Howland Cultural Center in Beacon. Tickets and info, howlandmusic.org. The opening concert is September 14th with Joseph Lynn and Friends with a Beethoven celebration. The Falcon in Marlborough and live at thefalcon.com. Tonight, Sonny Landreth and Cindy Cashdollar. Thursday, John Poussette, Dart, and Eric Anderson. Friday, Butterfield's 60th birthday bash. Saturday, closed for a wedding, and Sunday, Peter Bernstein Quartet. Jazz Forum in Tarrytown and at jazzforumarts.org. September 5, Brian Charette Trio. September 6, Mike Ledon Groover Quartet. The Local in Saugerties. Tickets and info at thelocalsaugerties.com. Their season begins September 19th with the Sami Brothers. September 20, Zohar and Adam and Friends. September 21, a conversation with Iranian journalist Fatima Yamalbor. The Maverick in Woodstock, also at maverickconcerts.org. September 6th, Ali Sokeli Trio. September 7th, the Borromeo String Quartet. Stissing Center in Pine Plains and stissingcenter.org. September 14th, pianist Terrence Wilson. Tarrytown Music Hall in Tarrytown and also at tarrytownmusichall.org. September 4th, Michael Blaustein. September 5, One Night of Queen, performed by Gary Mullen and the Works. Town Crier in Beacon and towncrier.com. Every Thursday is an open mic. Friday on the Salon stage, Matt Kartsanis. On the main stage, Bossa Blue, James Taylor, reimagined. Saturday on the Salon stage, Jerry Lee. On the main stage, The Presence, a Led Zeppelin tribute. Sunday brunch with East Coast Jazz. Sunday evening on the Salon stage, Lydia Adams Davis and Neil Oakson. Last but not least, the Meadowlark Festival, September 12 through 14 at Stone Ridge Orchard, including Haley Hendricks, River Y. Less, The Mystery Lights, Willie Carlisle, and more. And tickets and info to that at meadowlarkfest.org. And that's what I got for musical happenings this week, folks. Hopefully something out there was something that was interesting to you, and you'll go out and see some live music. We've got some great stuff happening. All right, we're going to play this gentleman who's going to be performing at Colony on the 13th. He's a world-renowned fiddler, Mr. Bruce Molsky. Let's take a listen to him right here, right now on 91.3.
baby, baby, bye-bye. Bye-bye, little girl, bye-bye. If I don't see you no more, God bless you everywhere you go. Bye-bye, baby, baby, bye-bye. All night just looking for you. Walked the street all night in the morning too. I walked the street all night till the moon was shining bright. Honey babe, what'll I do about you? So it's bye bye baby, baby, bye bye. Bye bye little girl, bye bye. If I don't see you no more, God bless you everywhere you go. Bye bye baby, baby, bye bye. If I don't see you no more, God bless you everywhere you go. Bye bye, baby, baby, bye bye. God bless you everywhere you go. Bye bye, baby, baby, bye bye.
Send me a sign and I'll pass it on as best as I can to the broken man who doesn't quite believe yet. But he's coming along 'cause he knows that he needs you. Oh, he needs you now. Drop me a line from an old friend and I'll know what to do. All these messages from you, it makes you think. He said, I had a dream of her last night, and I never do. Oh, I miss her so, especially now when the world has gone so crazy. It's just so damn unfair to have to bear it on your own. You always made us laugh, and I'll remind him of that. The birds are flying to my window. I'll make sure he knows. Yeah, I'll make sure he knows. All of this time we have held on, it's the best we can do. We are making it through, and it makes you think, what'll I do with all this time that I never do? Oh, I miss her too, especially now when
Oh, man. I love that more than I can put into words. Rachel Yamagata, the track called Birds. It's her single off Starlit Alchemy, which is an album that's coming out on October 3rd. Rachel was my guest here last week. An amazing time talking with her, both on and off air. And if you've missed that interview, it's a good one. You can check it out on YouTube. It's uploaded on YouTube under LocalMotion on 91.3 WVKR. It's also uploaded on the Facebook page by the same name. Rachel's album called Starlit Alchemy is a masterpiece, truly. I've had the privilege of listening to it, and I cannot wait to share more tracks of that as they come out and as the full album comes out October 3rd. So, yeah, take a listen to that. We also heard Bruce Molsky, his album called Guitar, Everywhere You Go. And this is Bruce Molsky on guitar, and normally he's a fiddler. So it's kind of nice. He turned it all around a little bit. We heard the track called Bye Bye Baby Blues. Bruce Molsky is a world-renowned fiddler, and he is going to be bringing a solo show to Woodstock at Colony on September 13th. Tickets to go see Bruce Molsky